So that's it. No more coffee until 9. Good luck.
A couple months ago, we were joined by Dr Richard Allison on a live webinar. Now, Richard used to be the head of nutrition at Arsenal, and when discussing nutrition with our referees, he also spoke about the importance of getting a good night's sleep. He brought up some interesting and sometimes quite surprising facts, including facts like this.
But we can control a number of aspects. So, making sure the room that we sleep in is dark with absolute minimal lighting as possible. The number one thing, putting down phones and tablets in the 45 minutes to an hour before you go to sleep, because they emit blue light and they can actually interfere with your sleep later on in the evening, even so they can delay your sleep, but they can also wake you back up again, as it were, later in the night. The temperature of your room, that's subjective, but you want it to be relatively cool. I say, avoiding, having hardware and stuff in your rooms, TVs, gaming consoles, etc. And there's a number of sort of things that we can do in terms of software, but it's the phones, the lighting, the temperature, and the avoidance of caffeine. So I don't know how many of you in there drink coffee, but coffee is one of these things that when we've had chronic poor sleep and we wake up in the morning and we go, okay, I'm gonna have a coffee. That coffee, or the caffeine within the coffee, actually makes the damage of poor sleep worse, which is kind of, it's almost hard to hear that. So you've had a poor night's sleep and then having a coffee actually makes it worse. As you can see there, the caffeine is actually competing for a receptor, which the sleep signal is as well. And the caffeine will get there first. And when the caffeine wears off, that's when the additional sleep pressure is still there. So if you're doing that chronically, you're not going to be recovering from that recovering from that lack of sleep very quickly. So if you're having a poor night's sleep, ditch the coffee, go for an apple instead.
Now, here at Whistle Academy, I think it's fair to say we're very passionate about our coffee. And like any person living in the modern day world, we love our phones as well. So, naturally, we took our colleague who's the most passionate about coffee and told him not to drink it. The rules to this challenge were quite simple. No coffee when you wake up, and no coffee after 2 p.m. And we also encouraged Nick to not go on his phone at least an hour before he went to bed. Personally, going into it, I'm not sure if Nick can actually do it. But let's find out.
Somehow the closest it gets to 9, the hardest it becomes not to have coffee. Less screen time means that I need to find something else to do, and the good thing is these dishes won't have to wait until tomorrow morning. With that coffee before 9, to help me a bit, I went for a morning walk. No screen time, reading time. Making coffee before 9 to drink after 9. Welcome to Ecos this morning. It's 9 o'clock. I'm just about to have my second cup of coffee. Yes, I have to admit I had a cup of coffee this morning at just before 7:30. Great day, rain, not good, and I kind of regretted it in some ways because I kind of felt like slightly dizzy, slightly unwell for a very short amount of time. I don't know if it's because I haven't had coffee before 9 for a couple of days. It just made me think that, it's probably something I want to keep on doing, try to stay as far away from 9 o'clock as I can before I get coffee. At the end of the experiment, I would say that I definitely benefited from it. The quality of my sleep improved. I'm definitely thinking of keeping up with this, although maybe I wouldn't be like really strict with it. So I would try to stick to it as a rule, but there might be an evening where I want to watch a movie with someone, or maybe I have some kind of gaming session planned. Same some morning if it's really, really grey and rainy, and sometimes a cup of coffee might be the thing that gets you started on that day. But generally, the majority of the time, I think it's really doable to stick to these rules, and I think that it definitely helps, and helps better your health, really. Thank you all for watching.